lean in to this magical offering that we have for you. I'm going to outline for you what we're going to present for you, and then we are going to dive in. My name is Monica Painter, and this is Anadria Meadowfor. She is my beautiful soul sister, and we are so excited to bring you a healing offering. And then we're going to tell you a little bit about our stories, and we're going to lead you into some information about a magical space that we have connected with that is making compounding exponential change on the planet. So, like I said, my name is Monica Painter. I'm going to tell you about my story. I'm going to pass it over to Anadria so she can share her story. Then we're going to do some emotional freedom technique to open up your vision on what is really possible in this online space, and to open up your heart and your willingness to receive what we're going to show to you, because it is so different. It is so revolutionary. It is so mind-blowing that it's kind of hard to comprehend. So again, my name is Monica Painter. I am a retired bedside nurse. And about 4 years ago, when I found this space, I was a stressed out solo mom, sole provider of my 3 children. I was, full transparency, drinking too much wine. I was drowning my sorrows. I was numbing out because the world that I had created for myself and my children was nonstop. It was very stressful, and it really was not a fun way to live life. And so as I leaned into change and started exploring, like, how can I move into a space of ease and flow? How can I make money in a way that is fully aligned with my soul values? Because as a nurse, I was constantly trading my values every single time I walked in that hospital. When I came home to be with my kids, I was not fully present with them. Even when I was in the room with them, I wasn't there. My mind was elsewhere. I wasn't in the present moment. I was in the what happened yesterday, or what do I have to do tomorrow? And it's really no way to live. And so, as I was scrolling on Facebook, as many of us do, I found a woman who truly was living her dream life. And it was a feeling. I could tell that she was lit up. I was very drawn to her frequency and her offering. And I thought, I know there's something going on in the background. I don't know what she's doing, but I know that she is able to show up in an authentic way online because she has something that's operating in the background that is providing for her in a massive way, in a holistic way. And so that's how I came to a class like this that you're about to watch. That's how I leaned into this space. And that is how I am now at home with my kids, working from wherever I want to work to. I have time freedom. I have financial freedom. I'm making multiple 5 figures a month. And I really am living a life of authenticity. I'm really living my dream. And so that's a little bit about me and how I got here. I'm going to hand it over to Anadria to share a little bit about her beautiful story. Go ahead, Queen.
Thank you, Monica. I love, love, love your story and your energy, and yeah, just hearing just where you came from and why you're here. And so, yeah, I'm Anadria, and I live in the beautiful Southern Oregon. And I wanted to give you a little bit more context as to who I am, because I'm a multifaceted human, like I think a lot of us are. I ended up getting a science degree from the University of Pittsburgh, and I worked for 6 years in the environmental nonprofit space doing door-to-door grassroots organizing. And I loved it. And it was also the very last job that I've ever had, because I don't like working for other people. I really love being in my own space and my own energy, and being able to listen to my body and be able to listen to my heart on like what it is I'm going to do day to day. You know what I mean? And so after I left that job, I got on a whole like mission. I went through what I call a quarter life crisis, and I moved into my car and I traveled the United States looking for where home was and what was my next thing, like what was my purpose. And so what I've ended up finding is that I really like arts. I really appreciate bringing people together. It's like one of my big passions is humans and communication. So I've been in the event industry as an event producer, a DJ, musician, graphic designer, photographer. I do sound engineering. I'm an authentic relating facilitator, fire dancer, and honestly, in the event industry, you name it, I've done it. Like, I just really love to understand how things work, hence the science degree. And so I've also dabbled in the world of low ticket network marketing. And I was really excited. I was like, all these fancy words they're using. Oh my God, freedom, residual income, like, share from the heart community, all these things. But I unfortunately found out there was a lot of hustle culture, three-way calls all the time, literally all day, every day, if you wanted to be successful in that space, pitching products to friends and family, losing rank every single month, and getting paid at the most in the one that I was in, $60 per sale. And so, it only took me one whole week of working 40 hours, working my butt off and making $60 for me to say, I just don't think this is going to work for me. And, in 2020, a lot of us learned that some, professions are considered essential and some of them are not essential. Every single thing that I did, not essential. And even though it is essential for our hearts and for us to be able to connect with each other. And so I ended up on another search of what am I going to do next? And at the time I was living out of my RV, and like Monica did, like you have, and what brought you to this space, I was scrolling online. I was actually in a sort of a sad moment. Me and my partner were stranded in Mexico. We had run out of money, and we were 20 hours of driving deep into Mexico. And I was like, okay, I can't ever do this again. I want to be able to travel. I want to be able to purchase my own land one day. Like, I just knew that what I was doing wasn't working. And so, like you, watched a masterclass and my whole body lit up, because I had actually, like, I'd been looking for this for forever and had never seen it, except for I did, but I didn't know, because the man who actually introduced me to this, this company didn't tell me anything about the business model. He just told me about the product, and the product is amazing. And at the time, like, I was in college, I had no idea. But, I'm really actually grateful that I found it when I did now, because the way that we're doing this business is so different than the way that this business has traditionally been done. And yeah, it just really lights me up. So this business has completely transformed my life, like who I am as a person, the transformation that I've been through. I used to have a lot of victim mentality. I used to be very like, oh, the government's the problem, and just like sort of had this, how do we put it, like this just kind of negative view about life. And I really just didn't see a way for me to live the life that I really wanted. And I've been in this business for almost 2 years. And again, who I am, completely different, very positive, very happy, like full of gratitude. And then on top of that, I've traveled to 3 different countries this year. I've been to Australia, Sweden, and then I spent 2.5 months in Bali. And I'm going to check my notes here real quick just to make sure that I don't miss anything. And yeah, but what I have really learned here is that the bigger I dream and the more fun I have, the more money I make. It's like, again, nothing I've ever seen before. So I'm really excited for you guys to see what's possible here for you as well. And so I'd love to introduce what EFT is. So this is a modality that I've actually known about for a long time, and another transformational like tool that I've used. And Monica is going to lead us through this. And I'm so excited because it's actually like rooted in science. We have these meridians on our body that are actually like these energy points. And energy gets stuck because we're actually like electrical beings. So being able to tap on these points actually like loosens these energies up and allows, you know, for more flow. And who doesn't want that? So I'm so excited to go through this this transformational moment with you all, and I'll hand it over to Monica. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I love your story. A lot of that I didn't know. I'm learning about you. This is beautiful. Thank you for sharing. What I want to reflect back to everyone is, do you hear our stories? Like, I can identify with you. I was pretty jaded at one point in my life. And all of these old stories that we tell ourselves bring us to the now moment and actually can block us from receiving and being open to an opportunity that is here for us. And that is why we thought we would bring this emotional freedom technique in, because not only is this, like you said, an energetic process, it's scientifically proven. We're going to be tapping on bundles of nerves. And this is my nurse background coming in, like geeking out here. There are actually bundles of nerves in these places that we're going to tap. I'm going to walk you through the tapping process. I'm going to tell you where to tap. You can't mess it up. It may feel a little funny because we're actually going to be speaking out some statements that we want to move out of our field and out of our body. We're going to be speaking statements that aren't really conducive to a soft, open, what's the word I'm looking for? Nervous system. A soft, open nervous system. And when our nervous system is kind of fritzed out and overreactive, we literally don't have access to the information that can really change our life. And so we thought, well, this would be a really great way to help soften, open everyone's heart, and just offer them a free healing session, really, because we have something that provides us the spaciousness so that we can provide a free offering to you, that we can lean into our soul offering. So it's all interwoven and it just makes sense. So let's go ahead and get comfortable. We're going to do this pretty quickly, but we're going to move some stuff pretty rapidly. So it may feel funny if you're like an Abraham Hicks follower. I remember when I first learned this, I was like, oh, this doesn't feel right. I'm saying this stuff. I don't want to manifest that shit. We're not manifesting any of this. We're just witnessing it. And so what happens when we move through life and we don't witness with compassion the resistance that we have, the old pain, the old struggle that we have, that it just keeps recreating. It's like being on the hamster wheel. It's going to keep showing up for us if we don't lean into it, witness it, hold it with compassion. When we do that, we allow the energy to move differently. So let's start by taking a nice deep breath. And I want you to take a deep breath into your lower belly. Breathe low into your belly and then fill up your upper lungs and hold that breath. And this is another way that we're telling our body that we are safe. We are safe to receive. We're going to give you some revolutionary ideas that you've never accessed before, perhaps. And we want you to feel open and receptive to really receive the wholeness of what is potentially here for you that could change your life. Take another deep breath. Hold it for a couple seconds and release, exhaling fully. Now we're going to start by tapping on the top of our head, that soft spot when you were a baby. Tap around a little bit if that feels good. You don't have to tap hard. Just use the tip of your fingers, tapping, tapping, tapping. And I want you to feel into, like, do you think this is bullshit? Like, I'm full transparency, right? Like, how do you feel about this? Are you super skeptical? Say it. If you're skeptical, just be like, I'm skeptical. Maybe you feel like what you've heard so far, you know, from whoever led you to this class or what you're seeing on their page, maybe you feel like it's too good to be true. I want you to say it. This is just too good to be true. Say it and feel it. This has got to be too good to be true. There's no way, and repeat after me, there's no way that I could possibly unite my soul offering with my income. There's no way. Not me. Do you have that complex of everybody else but me can do it? I had that for a long time. That was my thing growing up. Okay, inner eye, right here inside of the eyebrow. Deep breath. Every point we go to, I want you to try to take a nice deep breath, and I'll remind you to do that. Keep saying what's coming up for you. Maybe you think I'm crazy. Who's this lady tapping? Who does she think she is? This lady's crazy. This isn't going to work. I'm just tapping on my face. I don't know. Outer eye. Deep breath. Too good to be true. I think it's too good to be true. Deep breath. Say it out loud. And what else is coming up for you? It's a very individual process, right? What else is coming up for you? A life of ease and flow. I've tried. Under the eye. It feels impossible. Where do you feel it in your body? Do you feel it in your body coming up? Maybe in the pit of your stomach or your shoulders? A life of ease and flow? No way. Deep breath. Remember, we're not manifesting it. We're letting it move. Deep breath. Under the nose. But life has been so hard for so long. Say it. Life has been so hard for so long. Maybe you feel like it's never going to change. Chin. It's never going to change. Deep breath. Does it feel impossible? It feels impossible. Say it loud. Say it like you mean it. Let the energy move. Deep breath. You may yawn. See Anadria yawning. You may yawn. You may burp. You may cough. You may cry. If you cry, let her rip. Let those tears flow. Deep breath. Okay, now we're going to go on our chest. And I want you to kind of beat on your chest. Well, this is a quick round. So we want to really, really tap into that nervous system and move the energy. What's moving for you? Do you feel some spaciousness? What if, repeat after me, what if I opened myself up to possibility? Deep breath. Top of the head. Do you feel that vibration? What if I opened myself up to new possibility? Deep breath. Eyebrow. Deep breath. What if I opened my heart? What do I have to lose? Say it. What do I have to, like, really, guys, gals, gods, goddesses, what do we have to lose? You've got nothing to lose to lean into this and check it out. Deep breath. Now, outside of the eye, the next statement's big. What if I'm in the same place next year as I am in right now? How does that feel to you? It actually feels pretty expansive to me because I'm on a wave right now. And you get to lean in and see what this wave is. Deep breath. Under the eye. I choose expansion. I choose expansion. Smile. Reset your nervous system with a smile. I choose to open up to new possibility. Deep breath. Under the nose. I am safe to receive this information. Deep breath. I am safe to open up to a new way of being. A new way of being. Chin. Deep breath. Why not? Why not me? Why not me? I am worthy. Deep breath. Okay, now let's go to our chest one more time. Now take a deep breath and exhale with a sigh. I'm willing to just check it out. Smile. Why not? What if it works? What if this is the thing? It could be that thing. Remember, Anadria said her whole body lit up. My whole body lit up too. This could be the thing. So be open to it. Deep breath. Big exhale. Okay, now relax your hands. Oh, feel the vibration. Smile. Oh, move your body a little bit. Does it feel good? Do you feel the opening? I feel a collective shift. Feels really good. Shake out a little bit. Ooh, so good, so good. Okay, now, are you fully present? Tell us in the comments how you're feeling. Tell us, give us a 1 in the comments if you're feeling open. Okay, now we're going to dive in. And the goal here is to give you a very succinct explanation, very clear explanation, authentic, heart-centered explanation of what we are doing in the online space and how it is changing our lives and changing the world, compounding, exponential, magical change. Okay. I'm going to pass it over to Anadria as I bring the slides up, and she's going to open up this space for us and start sharing with us the framework of what we're working with here. So let me pull the slides up here and invite Anadria to take it away, babe.
Thank you, Monica. I've got so much energy moving through me right now. Like my fingers are tingly. And I'm like yawning like crazy. So if I'm yawning through the rest of this, we know why. It's not because I'm bored, it's because we tapped, okay?
I love it. So powerful.
I love it. I love EFT. Thank you so much. Amazing. So we've got a lot to cover today. And like Monica said, we're going to work to keep it as concise and succinct as possible because we want to honor your time as much as we want to honor ours. So the way that we have been able to create our own life by design is through what is called affiliate marketing. So put a 1 in the comments if you know what affiliate marketing is, or you've at least heard this term and have some kind of idea, and put a 2 in the comments if you have 0 ideas what I'm talking about at all. Let us know. So there's a lot of different types of affiliate marketing. And I will tell you, hand on heart, this is very different than anything that I've ever seen. So affiliate marketing is where you partner with a company that already has a product that you know works, converts, and they've got everything set up for you. So all you need to do is share about the product. Usually people have an affiliate link that they, there's like a 10% off something or other, right? And they type it in. And then you make a commission off of this. So I've done a lot of this. Like I tried to set up a YouTube, but you have to have 10,000 subscribers. I've tried to do the Amazon thing, and let me know if you've done any kind of affiliate marketing, because I'm curious. And of course we can also say, MLMs are of course an affiliate marketing as well, like a different kind of structure to it, because you are affiliating with a product and then you're sharing about it and then you get paid. It's really a brilliant model, really is. So, I shared all of that of what this affiliate or what other affiliate marketing is. This is not that. So we are actually partnered with a conscious high ticket offer that you'll find out soon, I promise. And what's amazing about it is that it impacts people, profit, and the planet. It's really important to have a product and a company that is on the up and up with the world. It's like one of the reasons I didn't want to work a normal job is because I didn't want to continue to add to the degradation of the planet and hurt people. Like, it's just, I can't do it. Like, I don't want to put my energy towards it, because at the end of the day, like, our energy is currency, right? And so what's amazing too is that with our product and our company is that we have a generational wealth strategy, which we will explain more later. So one of the things that's really nice with affiliate marketing, whether it's with us or other companies, is that you actually don't have to deal with any of the back end crazy stuff that like no one really wants to do. Like the manufacturing, like my partner makes a CBD salve, and he's like being like what's the word I'm looking for? Like a wizard in the kitchen, like with all of his things and pouring things and measuring stuff out and like putting the labels on the product. And then on top of that, doing all the marketing, doing the shipping, like keeping track of all of the back end, making sure he has inventory. But with this type of model, you don't actually have to do any of that. And so I'm going to check my notes real quick. Again, I want to make sure I stay succinct and keep on track here. But what's really cool about this is that if you follow Monica, you follow me, or anyone else who's invited you into this space, usually when people are doing some kind of affiliate marketing, there's like their little advertisement in the middle of whatever they're saying. So they'll be talking about, maybe they're talking about EFT, maybe they're leading you through a EFT session, and then all of a sudden it goes to a commercial that's still them, but they're sharing about the product. We don't do that here. Well, instead, what we do is we get to share from our heart and what's really lighting us up. So that leads us into the second pillar here, which we teach you everything that you need to know here. So authentic social media marketing. So it sounds kind of funny to be like, oh, we're going to teach you how to be authentic. Because, it's like authenticity is really who you really are. But what I've learned through a lot of my own healing and a lot of the different trainings that we have within our platform, it's like we have a lot of walls up. We have a lot of limiting beliefs. We have a lot of ways that we communicate that actually comes from our childhood and society. And when you choose to live life in a different way, you really have to like break through all of that. And we get to do that. And then we get to share the journey about how, like, where we came from. Like you heard mine and Monica's story, where we were and now where we are. And as you share that authentic journey online through your social media, which again, we teach you how to do, how to actually craft your story and how to show up in a good way on the online space, it attracts your tribe. Your vibe attracts your tribe. I love cliches because they're real. They're so real, which is so funny at the same time. But it really gets to be amazing. And then you get to work with people that are like your best friends that you didn't even know, but you got to meet in the online space. So I absolutely love it. And then number 3 is we have a done for you sales and systems. So we have a whole back end set up for you where you don't even need to do your own sales calls. So anybody who's coming from that space of, either selling your own product, selling your own service, like we don't have to do discovery calls. We don't have to actually close any of the sales. You can if you want to. Me and Monica actually love talking to people. So we love helping people get started, but that's not something that you actually have to worry about here, which I really love. And we have an entire platform with a ton of training that'll teach you every single thing you need to know. And then all the shipping and back end and manufacturing and everything is still taken care of for you in the background. So I think it's the best model possible. But again, that's why I'm here. That's why I'm teaching you about it. And so something that I think is really important to ask yourself, and this question really struck me when I watched a masterclass like this, is ask yourself, is the way that you're currently creating an income going to pay you for the rest of your life, whether or not you're working? Because what I learned in 2020 was that I wasn't going to make any more money because I literally could not. I was not allowed to work anymore. So if you stop working, does the money stop coming in? And if so, then you definitely need a model like this.
I unmute myself. I will be heard. Thank you so much for sharing all of that. And really, a lot of what Nadria shared is on this slide. The format's a little jacked up.
It got wonky. It got wonky on all of them. I don't know.
It's okay. It is what it is. What needs to be there is there. Okay, so let me regroup here. And okay, so the question that Anadria just asked is so important for all of us to ask, because I, as a nurse, I really have never even had a 401k. And honestly, that old system and structure of the 401k, it was really a joke. I mean, really, we were fooled. That structure was not actually meant to sustain us. And, when we are elders, and we know that Social Security is pretty well going away. And so what's the backup plan? Because I had no backup plan, and I came into this space so naive. I really had no clue what was actually here for me. I had no idea. So before we get to the legacy wealth, which is the most exciting part of this space, I want to kind of hammer home the difference between, or the power of, affiliate marketing versus having your own product. So if you're here, you probably have an entrepreneurial heart. right? An entrepreneurial spirit, because we as light workers, change makers, revolutionists, we don't want to be under the thumb of any sort of corporation. That was a huge reason why I wanted to get out of the hospital. But I didn't necessarily want to create my own product or business, right? I didn't want to have to wear all of the hats. I didn't want to have to invest upwards of 6 figures. You know, if you go into a franchise or create your own brick and mortar business, you're going to invest upwards of 6 figures. I didn't want to have to wait to be in profit for 3 to 5 years, or maybe even fail within that time. I didn't want to have to create my system, my structure. I didn't want to have to pay employees. I didn't want to have to invest in mentorship so that I could gain all of the different skill sets that are necessary in order for you to literally wear all of the hats. And so when I found this space, I was like, oh, wow, this is a plug and play system. This is literally a system where I get to show up and be my authentic self. I'm supported to actually access my authentic self. The investment is relatively low. You're in profit within your first few sales because this is high ticket, right? We're not creating hobbies for people. We are literally replacing corporate income. There's no staff expenses. There's uncapped income. And you have multimillionaires who have forged a path for you. So social proof is very important, right? We're not looking at a model. We're not plugging into a model that is not proven to work. There are thousands of people who have tapped into this system and are really, really changing their lives through the system. So I'm going to pass it to Anadria, who is going to share a couple of specific stories for you. And this is the social proof. People are really, really, really changing their lives with this business model. Now, see, I want a disclaimer here. We had some technical issues and I had to re-upload these slides, and it doesn't look like it actually uploaded the way that it's supposed to upload. So Anadria, just tell their stories. I mean, their pictures are pretty, they're distorted, but
yeah, they're real people. That's what you need to know. As distorted as the internet is making them look right now, they are real. I have met them, in fact.
Be a genius or a tech wizard to do this business.
In fact, I'll start with Brooke W. March's story. We'll just switch everything up here. So Brooke W. March was actually a complete technophobe when she started this business. Like, honestly, to this day, she still gets on Zoom sometimes and cries. If she was on here right now, she might be like losing it. Maybe, we don't know. She's really good actually at handling stress. I'll just say that. But what my point is that she came into this space in her 50s, and which tells you, anybody, any age can join this business. You don't have to be, like early in your 20s. Like, don't be like, oh no, I wish I would have found this sooner. Like, you're literally finding it at the perfect time. No worries at all. But Brooke is an incredible mentor in this space. And she recently just hit legacy income, which again, we'll talk more about what that means. But, having the automation and all these things working for her in the background has been so helpful, so amazing. She has barely done any of her own sales calls, and she's, like 7-figure earner at this point. So that just tells you something. Rebecca Alfemia was in the low ticket network marketing space, and she was like completely burned out. And she just like hustling. And when you reach the high ranks in low ticket affiliate marketing, what ends up happening, or MLMs or whatever you want to call them, what ends up happening is that every single month you lose your rank. And she was so tired of that paradigm. And so when she found this model, she just was like, okay, boop, zip, came right in and made 100K. Oh my gosh, she made 100K within her first year. I know for sure. I can't remember if it's in their first couple months, but it just really goes to show that, and again, through the feminine automated systems, if you're into human design, she's a projector. So she just really waits for the invitation. And that's what's really great about this model too, is that we are able to do that. We're not showing up in people's DMs. We're not reaching out to 100 friends and family, that's what she used to do. And now in this space, she doesn't have to. And Louise Millman, so she is one of my favorite stories here. So she actually was able to put a down payment on her 26-acre permaculture property, and through, you know, the money that she's making in this space, she's building a hempcrete castle. And when I heard her story, I was just like this is literally the dream that I've had for like the last 10 years. And when I was working in nonprofit, I was like, I'm making $17 an hour and I'm running the show, and like there's no way I'm ever going to be able to like, you know, purchase property. And then I was like running my own businesses and then realizing how hard that is. And I was like, well, that's never going to happen. And so literally the first time that I heard Louise Millman's story, and then I like went on her page like right away, and feel free to go check out their pages because these women are absolutely amazing. But I was in tears because she was making my dream a reality. And so if you're someone who has really wanted to own your own property, this business model, there's so many women in this space who've put their down payments or purchased their, you know, their 80 acres and just been able to live the life that they want. And it's like nothing else.
Thank you so much for sharing that. I'm just like cracking up over here. What is the next slide going to look like? Are you guys ready for this? Oh, it's not too bad. Now, I just want to share with everyone that I was really proud of myself because as Anadria was sharing, my heart was racing because I looked down, I was like, oh shit, I didn't upload the slides. So I was like, oh, let me just upload the slides real fast, Tech Genius over here. And then they came through this way, but that's okay. You know, it is what it is. This is called taking imperfect action, right? You know, I want to remind you that you don't have to do this aspect of the business either. Just like you don't have to do your own sales calls, you don't have to do the webinar. Like you got wild women like us to show up for you and just effing wing it when things go haywire. You know, we all get to lean into our zone of genius. And so without further ado, as you can see, the company that we have chosen to align with is called Enagic. And I'm going to share the magic of Enagic with you right now. So Enagic is a Japanese water technology company. It has been around for 50 years. We actually are going to Okinawa in June to celebrate their 50th anniversary. And for a company to have this sort of longevity speaks volumes considering where we are at in the world today. So Enagic, what they have done based on the research of the blue zones, the healthiest populations throughout the earth, the common denominator for these populations was the water that they are drinking. These scientists have taken that research and created this device that you see on the screen called a K8. This water ionizer sits on your counter and simply plugs in to your tap and creates hydrogen-rich, electrolyzed, reduced water. So this is alkalized, not alkaline. It's not the same as the crap that we buy in a bottle that's made alkaline through a chemical process that is actually not good for your body. This is true alkalized water. In simplest terms, it is antioxidant water. And so what happens when you drink this water is it puts your body into a healing state. It helps your body to achieve homeostasis in the midst of the toxic wasteland that we are living in. Like I said, this company has been around for 50 years. This machine will last you 30 plus years and will save you a minimum of $100,000 throughout the life of the machine. Because not only are you getting the best molecular hydrogen-rich water to drink to support your body's healing process, you are also eliminating every single cleaning product from your home. This machine also creates a type of water that kills viruses and bacteria. You can clean everything from your toilets to your countertops. So not only are we eliminating the toxic chemicals that we are breathing and exposing ourselves to through our toxic cleaners, but we are also eliminating a huge amount of plastics by getting away from bottled waters and all of these bottled cleaning products. You will also be able to use another form of the water to replace your detergent, so you can clean your clothes with this water. And even for your pets, you can use this for flea prevention. So there's so many uses. You're going to save so much money alone purchasing this water ionizer. Like I said, over $100,000. And you can't really put a price on health, can you? Because I'm not taking into account the amount of money that you're going to save on your healthcare costs. I mean, that truly, truly is priceless to me. Now, when you purchase this machine, not only do you get the best water ionizer in the world, the most well-built, highest integrity product that is available on the market. We control 80% of the market. We are number one in the market. Only 3 million people have bought one of these ionizers. So there is no saturation in the market. Water is not going to go out of style. It is a necessity. It is a one-time investment. There are no monthly auto ships. You get a global distribution license that is good for life. You can sell these machines virtually anywhere to anywhere in the world, and there's absolutely no deranking. And so in a lot of these models, you have to continually rank every single month, and you can even go backwards in the company. And Nadria was explaining that. That's not the case here. The only place to go in this business is up. And now is the time, because we're about to hit that spike in growth. You know what? There's 7-8 billion people on the planet, and less than 1% of the population knows about this product. Okay, deep breath. That was a lot, but it's so delicious. Now, the other thing I didn't tell you about is they use these machines as part of the patient care plans in Japanese hospitals. Okay, Nurse Monica was like, what? Say what? That is freaking amazing. And this technology is available to us on our countertop, in our kitchen. Does it get better? Yes, it does. And I'll show you in the next slide. Now, what this slide is showing you is there is a fast track business strategy. Now, not only is this a business strategy, it is a holistic way of living, right? And let me explain to you why. Most people who really care about mind, body, and soul, who want to create a non-tox sanctuary in their home, they will come in with a business package called a quad. Quad means four, right? So it's 4 products. So let me share with you a little bit about the power of that health-wise, and then Anadria is going to take you into the power of the numbers. So a quad includes 2 K8 drinking water machines. One of them is going to go in your home. The second one is going to be a loaner machine. That's a whole nother stream of income that you can make another 100K per year, where you actually loan the machine out for about 3 weeks. And I'm telling you, once someone uses this water, drinks it, uses it for cleaning, they're not going to want to give it back. They're going to want to buy one. It's like greater than an 80% conversion rate when you loan out this machine. And then here you can see this is the Anespa. Okay, the Anespa goes in and connects to your shower and your bathroom. If you're drinking the best water, why would you not want to bathe in the best water? Because what is the biggest organ of your body? Put in the comments. Your skin, right? Your skin. You absorb something like 2 liters of water every time you bathe. And do you know what's in that water? Toxic bullshit. In particular, chlorine. Chlorine is carcinogenic, right? And they are dousing our waters with chlorine to make us sick. This Anespa removes all of the chlorine from your water. Not only that, it infuses Japanese minerals from a Japanese hot spring in Okinawa into the water. You literally feel like you are having a hot spring experience in your bathroom. You will never want to shower anywhere, ever, because you will notice a difference in the texture of your skin, your hair. You will be glowing. My kids, when they go to their dads, they don't ever want to shower because they're water snobs. They want to bathe in good water and they want to drink in good water. They literally don't want to take showers at his house. It's that freaking powerful. And then the 4th product is turmeric. It's called Ukon. And it is a turmeric supplement that comes in the form of capsules. soap, and tea. Now, the beauty of this particular turmeric supplement is that it is about 90% bioavailable. Now, I'm telling you that because even the highest quality turmeric supplements, or claiming to be on the market, are only about 30 to 40% bioavailable. And because this particular form of turmeric is grown in Kangen water, it is organic, and it is actually coated. It's wrapped in Kangen water, so your body recognizes it, and it's hyper absorbable. Not only that, the integrity behind the growing of this supplement is beautiful, because when Enagic came into these villages, they wanted to support the villages with sustainability. And a lot of the farmers were not able to sustain anymore because of the way that the world is changing. And they were able to support these farmers to start growing this turmeric supplement locally to help sustain the villages. So there's just a beautiful, high frequency, magical story behind it. It's so high integrity that we're like checking all of the boxes with this business. Now, the next box we're checking, money can't buy happiness. However, it sure does open up options so that you can tap into joy and excitement and abundance, right? Okay, so Nadria is going to talk to us a little bit about, this one looks good too, the next slide. And she's going to tell us the powerful numbers behind coming in with a quad package.
Yes. Thank you. So, yeah, the quad strategy is really the best way to hop into this business. So one of the best things about it is that you actually make money back right away. And the way that you do that is because whoever invited you into this space, what you're going to do is you'll buy your first product, which we usually have the Anespa as the first product, from them. And then after that, you're purchasing the other products from yourself, meaning that you are going to get back $720 in commissions just for starting a business. I've never seen that anywhere else. Never get paid for starting a business. And what ends up happening too when we start a business this way is that everyone who comes into your business and who's interested is going to go, how'd you get started? And when you say, I got started with a quad, they're going to be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Cool. I'll also start with a quad. And so what you're going to see is that there's this fast growth that happens in your business, which I'm going to talk more about, legacy, creating legacy income and getting to these higher ranks where you're actually making really, really big commissions, which we'll talk about on the next slide. But within your first 5 quad sales, so you start with a quad and then you're automatically making 3 times the commissions. Your very first sale can be $2,715 right into your pocket. And within your first 5 sales, you're making $13,575 in commissions. In 5 sales, you are almost making $15K. Literally, this is nowhere else. I don't even want to do the math on how many products I would have had to sell. And for me, when I was in my low ticket network marketing business, it was $60 for each commission. It was gosh, I would have had to sell 100 products to even make $6,000. You know what I mean? I'm but that's the math, right? Yes. Anyway, today. This is so fun. That's all. I'm on zero pressure on this to myself. Oh, good. This one's looking great. This is amazing. Okay, so the income earning potential here is just really next level. So we have an 8-point commission structure, which we'll send you more videos in the future. I don't want to keep you here forever, explaining the compensation plan. It's a lot of numbers. It's a lot of little figures, and you'll get it. I promise. It's worth getting, because once you understand this and you're able to really maximize on this compensation plan, you can earn $1 million by making 3 sales per week. I want to be a billionaire so freaking bad, right? You can actually do that here. It's like so possible. Um, so this is when you are making all 8 of these points, right? So that's 6,000. Oop, can we go back? Thank you. So when you're making that $6,480 USD per sale, this is how you can make $1 million like pretty quickly. So it's only 154 sales per year. I highly recommend taking a screenshot actually of this so that you can just like have these numbers in your head, because I don't want to go through every single one. You guys can read, it's all good. But it's just really important to just note like how quickly you can achieve your goals. And what I want you to do actually real quick is just like imagine like how much money do you want to make like per month? A lot of people say like $10,000, right? So 2 sales, like not even 2 sales, it's like 1.5 sales, right? Which is like not really a thing, but like 1.5 sales per month is going to get you a $10,000 month. And that's life-changing money, especially like for me, like I was living in an RV when I found this space. I was breaking down in Mexico in an RV that I was living out of. Like $10,000 a month is life-changing money. And, you know, when you are making more money, you're not only helping yourself. And like Monica said, like problems can kind of go away real quick, but also you're able to create a bigger impact. Like, so if there's something that's on your heart that you've wanted to do in this world, like, you know, whether it's give back to the homeless or create like an animal shelter or any of these types of things, there's so many people in our community who've actually been able to do that and give back and just create a bigger impact. So I'm ready for the next slide now. Yay. Okay, so legacy income. So we've mentioned this a few times within this presentation. If you look in the center there at the top, it's like kind of highlighted. It says 6A2-3. There's a lot of numbers and letters that we've got going on here. So again, I recommend actually taking a screenshot of this as well. But what legacy income actually is it's the opportunity to make residual income for life that you can then pass on to your children. So it starts at $5,000 per month. And as you can see, it goes all the way up to $80,000 per month. You guys, this is like, you know, you do the scratch off tickets. It's like win $1,000 a week for life or something like that. Or maybe it's $1,000 a month for life. I don't know what it is. I don't do scratch offs. I don't play the lottery. I'm trying to like create my own legacy and my own like destiny right now. So this is the real way to do it. And what is amazing is that you can then actually will this income to your children. Again, I never have seen something like this in my entire life. Like I was already sold when I found out that it was Kangen water and a Enagic. I was like, I'm in. And then I was like, oh my God, the compensation plan. Then I was like, wait, legacy income, like you can will this to your children or a foundation that you also love as well. So, you know, everyone's on their own path. If children is not on your path, you can also will it to a foundation that you really love. And so the bonuses here are just next level. So not only will you get $5,000 a month for life, but you're also getting a $25,000 bonus when you hit that. So Brooke, like I was talking about, the woman who was pretty much scared of technology, she's at legacy income now, and she has 2 children. And we have a way that we build our business, which was why we recommend starting with the quad, because what ends up happening is you have 2 businesses that you're building right away. And so what all of our goals are is to get multiple of our businesses to legacy income, because if you have multiple children, you can gift each of a business to each of them, which I really love. And I am going to take one moment just to quick double check my notes to make sure that I'm covering everything, because our compensation plan, there's a lot to it, and it is really important to have all of the great downloads about it. Let's see.
And I'll say too, while you're
Yeah.
looking at that, is that these bonuses are on top of the commissions that you are making as well. And all of the numbers that we are talking about are not individual, these are group sales. And so all it takes to get to 6A is 101 group sales. 6A is where you open up a whole level of bonuses. 6A2, another level of bonuses. You get to the dashes, you get another level of bonuses and the legacy income. I mean, I honestly don't even know still what all is available here for us. Like there's so much here.
Yeah. Absolutely. And what I actually want to say too, thank you, Monica, for jumping in,
Sure.
is that since this is a Japanese company, Japanese companies think like super long term. So Enagic has a 500-year business plan. Sometimes I don't even plan my week. Like, like they've got a 500-year business plan, and we've been around for 50 years so far. And so, one, the amount of lives that this company has changed in just the 50 years they've been around, like just think about what they're going to be able to do in the next 500 years. And so when you have someone who's, and like a whole company who's like thinking this far ahead, like we're talking multiple generations here. So everything that they're doing has longevity in mind, and including this legacy income. So, sometimes people do ask like, oh, where's that, well, where's that all that money coming from, right? Well, when Mr. Oshiro, that's the name of our founder, actually created this company, he's been taking profits from the company and putting them into high profit, like, what is it called? Interest funds. Yeah. And so that money just keeps compounding. So things with high interest, and then he's able to continue to pay his distributors and make sure that, yeah, we're spreading more abundance around the planet.
Yeah, and we don't do any advertising. Like this truly is a grassroots movement. So you think of really the billions of dollars that say Apple or Nike puts into advertising, all of that money goes back to us. And that's why our commissions can be so high. That freaking long-term vision, right? The expansive thinking. Beautiful. Okay, thank you so much for that. All right, and with our next slide, okay, so you can take a screenshot of this too, because this is really hammering home the simplicity of what we do. Because you may be like, okay, I see the numbers. I don't want to talk about a water machine. I don't want to sell a water machine. And I'm going to point back to your path to get here. I'm pretty sure that nobody was shoving a water ionizer down your throat, right? I'm pretty sure that you are seeing their content show up in your feed. Maybe you know them and you reached out to them curious about what they were doing. And that's all frequency, right? That's vibration. That's doing the inner work, activating the law of attraction and calling in the people who align with your values. Now, typically, that person, because of the type of person that you came in to be with, is a holistic person, right? There's someone who cares about mind, body, and soul. And so if you're doing the work around that soul work, you care about your body too. You want to support your vessel. And so this is why the water naturally aligns. So what we're doing is we're doing the inner work. We're showing up in the online space in an authentic way. Like we're really doing the work to access our authentic self. And that may sound funny, like Anadria said, but really my nerves are kind of getting in the way, all of the flubs happening here. And I really want my authentic self to show through to you so that you can feel that I'm really coming from my heart. And that's what this business is about, is like really accessing the authentic you, showing up in your mission work, calling in the people who resonate with you. They watch a class like this, and then they go in. If you look at this kind of middle slide, it says automated sales process. They go in after the masterclass, if this resonates, and they're like, oh, I'm going to go in and do this kind of self-coaching, self-discernment process. It's very autonomous, where you get to look a little deeper at the compensation plan, a little deeper at the integrity of the business, and how we actually build this structure through an online platform that teaches us everything. Then you get to have a call with a digital business specialist. This is the sales team, but they're not just any sales team. They're like you and I. They're on the journey. They're conscious. And you have that conversation with them where they answer all of your questions. They help you to get super resourceful about finding a way to get in, because where there's a will, there is a way, right? And then you get to choose what is the most aligned way for me to come into this business and invest in my future. You then go in and launch your business. There is a step-by-step process that shows you how to launch your business. You watch a video and implement, watch a video and implement. It is all here for you. It is a plug and play system. You work it until it works. You align until you're aligned. Like it will work for you if you do the process. If you put the time in, in the front end, you will get all of your time freedom back. I promise, because that's where I am right now in my journey. Okay, I'm going to go to the next slide here. And okay, this was how naive I was. I want to show you the numbers because this slide is one of the most powerful slides here that we have, I think, is what you get when you come into this business. I just had the good feeling in my body. And I was like, okay, I want the product. This feels good. I was looking for some good water. So I'm going to come in, and I had no idea that I was plugging into a multi-million-dollar system. So looking at this list, you can see you get a sales team with ongoing training, right? That is a skill set, right? That is a very, very powerful skill set that someone is giving to you essentially, because we're not paying commissions out to them. That's worth, it says $20,000 plus per month, at least minimum. You get coaching and continuous support. So you have access to multiple 5-figure coaches within this education platform. Do you know Preston Smiles? One of my favorites is Melanie Ann Layer. Ben Simpkins. Note these names, and if you don't know who they are, go look them up. These are million-dollar coaches that we have access to in this platform. You have automated paperwork and financing. Literally all of the information is there for you. You don't have to search for it. You have high ticket sales funnels. Do you even know what a funnel is? Like, I had no clue. I did not know what a funnel was. I was like, what's a funnel? I use that to put oil in my car. I don't know what a funnel is. Yo, funnels are really expensive to create, right? You don't have to know what it is, but just know that it funnels you into a product, and people pay tens of thousands of dollars to create funnels. And not only that, you have to test the funnel. If the funnel's not working, you may not get anybody through your funnel. You got to reconstruct the funnel. That's another at least 10K. I mean, it is crazy how much funnels cost, and you have access to multiple funnels in this space that are constantly being tested and constantly being upgraded based on the results. You get a graphic designer. You don't have to design anything. You don't have to do these web classes. There's somebody here for you to do that, like us. And the community. I mean, come on, nobody wants to be a lonely entrepreneur. Hey, been there, done that. I have no desire to be a lonely entrepreneur and wear all the hats and stress. Like, I want time freedom with the financial freedom, right? Because there's a lot of people out there that have financial freedom because they're making lots of money, but they're stuck here all the time. And they're very, very stressed out. So we'll call it a 70K. I call it at least 100K value with everything you get here. And now Anadria is going to share with us, how do you get started?
Yes. So yeah, you may be watching this and be like having those feelings come up, right? Like the excitement, the nervousness, like just different sensations in your body. You know, we moved through a lot of that in the beginning, but I'm sure they're still coming up, right? This is definitely something that I felt when I was watching, the masterclass that I did almost 2 years ago. And I was like, well, so how do I get started? How do I do this? Right. And so there's a couple options, right? So we like to present the best ones, of course. So there's option A, so you make money fast, right? But I think we all want to make money faster, right? So that would be option B. So option A is the trifecta. So that means starting with the 3 products, or the quad, which is starting with 4 products. So the trifecta, your cost of getting started, give or take, taxes and shipping, depending on where you live, because, you're going to want to reach back out to the person who, actually, you don't even need to do that because the sales team will figure that out for you. So don't worry about it. Actually, the person doesn't even need to help. I'm like in the mode of sometimes I help because I get on the calls myself sometimes just because I want to connect. So actually you're going to find out exactly how much the numbers are when you get on your own call with the discovery process, after the discovery process. I'm going to take a breath.
I love it. I love it. You know what?
Okay.
So
Just being my authentic self over here. And then, so with the quad, it's 15K to get started. And, if you really think about, again, what Monica talked about with the cost of, starting a brick and mortar business, which I'm actually going to talk about here on the next slide. Don't go there yet. But what I'm going to talk about on the next slide is sometimes it takes up to 6 figures to start your own business. Like if you want to start a brick and mortar, you have to take out like $100,000 loan to do so. Like, especially if it's a restaurant, you have to get all the equipment. You have to get, money in the bank to be able to start paying salaries ahead of time, to purchase all of like everything and anything under the sun. You need money for it. And you're going to have to take out $100,000 loan. So to look at starting a business where you can be in profit with, 6 to 7 sales and be in the green for the rest of your life, make $1 million in 154 sales. I mean, a 10K or a 15K investment is really not that much when you look at it. And so what most people get started with is actually using what we call OPM, or other people's money. And so before I started this business, I had no idea how, people with millionaire minds worked. I didn't understand rich people problems, is what I used to call them. I literally just didn't get it, right? I didn't know how they thought. And that was why I was poor. Like, straight up, I'm just going to say it. Like, I didn't understand it. And so then if you don't understand something and you don't have enough knowledge, that's probably why you're not where you want to be. And that's just it, is that you actually need to learn something. So what we get to do here is use other people's money. And so that could be a credit card, it could be getting a bank loan, or it could be borrowing money from, friends or family members. So if you have a credit score of over 650, usually it's, zero money down, and you're going to make back $720 immediately from purchasing products from yourself. And you're going to be able to start paying off your payments, that way. Make your first sale, make $2,700. I mean, it can happen so rapidly. And we'll talk about this soon, but we have mentorship, and we have our sales team who does your calls for you. I mean, honestly, like, if you look at everything we have here, do you think that you could be successful here? Are you willing to put in the time and the effort to learn something new and not give up? Because the only reason that people fail at anything is honestly because they give up. If you don't give up, you won't fail. And yeah, your payments can be super manageable, as low as $96 to $150 a month USD. And then your business is growing by 3s and 4s. You're going to get to that 6A so much faster. Within, 25 sales, you could make 100K. It's just the income earning potential here, and your ability to really drop in with yourself and be like, this is my ticket out of whatever situation that I'm in. This is the way that I'm going to build my legacy and create my own life by design. This is the way to do it. Next slide. Thank you. So I love this quote from Jax. She is amazing. She's actually one of the women who teaches on our platform. Her content is just so spot on, so from the heart. It's amazing. She was a serial entrepreneur, was just like, she was a coach. She actually had her own restaurant at one point. She was hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt, actually, when she started this business. But what she said is the day I knew I would be successful was the day I made a way out of no way. She makes the joke, actually, that if this business was that you had to buy refrigerators to get started for 15K, that she would have bought like 100 refrigerators. Who cares? Like, so the fact that it also comes with an incredible product that you're going to have for your, pretty much your whole life, so long as you take care of it, is really phenomenal. So again, Jax was $100,000 in debt. Okay, that's a tongue twister, apparently. And she didn't have the money to get started. And of course, she was in that much debt. She didn't have credit either. And so what Jax actually did was she just wrote down 20 people and called them, and just got on the phone and told them what she was doing and how she knew that she was going to be successful and that this was going to happen for her. And she was able to actually crowdsource the money just by making phone calls. So where there's a will, there's a way. There's people who have sold their cars and then, purchased the products and then made all their sales and then bought a better car. There's just any way that you can make this happen. And if you have a good credit score and you don't have to go through all this craziness, do that because it's going to make your life so much easier. But the point is that if you're feeling the yes in your body, the person who showed you this space and your business specialist are there to help you get resourceful and figure it out. Because again, if this is a full body yes for you and you're ready to go, success loves speed, let's go. We're here to help you.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that. I love it. This is so amazing. Okay, how are you feeling, everyone? I want to bring us home here and tell you about the next steps. Like, if you're feeling it in your body, like Anadria said, lean into it. And what we want to invite you to do is just put in the comments next steps. Tag the person who invited you to this webinar or reach out to them in Messenger and say next steps. Because what we'll do next is lead you through the discovery process, allow you to discern if this is right. Like I said, go deeper with the compensation plan and the integrity of the product. Like, what is really here for you? You get to really take a deep dive into and expanding your vision, like dreaming again. You know, I wasn't dreaming. I was just trying to make ends meet. I was just trying to get through the day. I didn't even know that a mom, almost 40, was able to like dream again. I was like, oh shoot, I can start dreaming again. I thought I was a little late for that. It's never too late to dream, y'all. I mean, we have 70-year-olds who tap into this space and have massive, massive results. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't matter what language you speak. It doesn't matter what your first language is. Anyone can make this work. Okay, now, not only do we want to invite you to ask for the next steps, we want to give you an incentive to move fast, right? Because success loves speed. So for those who reach out and book a call within the next 48 hours, drum roll, please. Oh, no. Damn it. This slide is whacked up. Okay, you know what? This is what we're going to do. We're going to just remove that. We're just going to remove the slides. I'm going to let you see my face big because it's prettier than that slide. Okay, so this is what we're going to give you. I'll just tell you what's on that slide because it's a hot mess express, okay? We're going to give you a 90-minute call, recorded call that actually, it's pretty on your end, that actually walks you through how to make 100K in 90 days. And the power of this call is that there are 3 multimillionaires who present this information to you. Okay. Clint X. Morgan, who was living in his mom's basement when he started his business. Christy X. Ord, who had a raw food cafe and she just could not stay afloat. She was either sleeping in her car or sleeping in her raw food cafe. And Balazs Cardos, who was an immigrant when he was a little boy, immigrated from, I think, Eastern Europe to Canada. He grew up, it was a very rough childhood for him. And my point is that these are 3 multimillionaires who made a way out of no way. They are the people that you really want to be in close proximity of, right? You don't want to learn from anyone who is not where you are headed. And so they've got all the juice, all the deliciousness to deliver in this 90-minute call. I watched it again actually today, and it's very, very powerful. It is definitely worth it to go ahead and lean in and move fast if you're ready, right? So book a call within the next 48 hours. We'll gift you that. And then the next thing that we also want to gift to you, I'm just not even going to pull up the slide. I'm scared. Is we are offering a mentorship. So I came into this business without mentorship, but I'm also like super autonomous. And I was able to rock it without a mentorship because all the resources are there for you. But as Anadria is showing us, it's called the Golden Path Mentorship. Okay. It's worth more than $10,000. I said it's worth $10,000. It's worth way more than $10,000. And what this mentorship is, we're going to take you by the hand. You know, they say that your income is like usually an average of the 5 people that you hang out with the most. Like, you want to start hanging out with people who are making massive change on the planet and making massive income, because that's going to code you and support you to call in that change, right? And that income yourself. So we're going to show you for 30 days how you're going to build this business. We're going to walk you through the Launch Your Business course, which is that step-by-step process. We're going to have weekly calls with you to mentor you. We're going to have a chat pod where everyone comes together with the collective energy of the leaders to support you and breathe belief into you. And then, you know, there's nothing more powerful than coming into a group of people who are ready for a new, exciting experience. So we all get to ride this collective wave together. Okay, so we've got the mentorship as an incentive. And in order to qualify for that mentorship, you have until the 29th of this month. You got to get it all wrapped up, come in with your products, and we're going to mentor you and show you exactly how to blow up in this business, do all the inner work, and take massive aligned action to create your life by design. Okay, is there anything that you want to say to wrap it up for us, Anadria?
Yeah, what I want to say is, like, I felt so, like, much what I thought was fear and anxiety, right? When I saw this, and and I imagined, like, what came up for me was just like the fear around investing, right? Like, I didn't have an investor mindset yet. I didn't know that that was what you're supposed to do to get out of the, like, trading your time for money paradigm. And what's really amazing is that the frequency of, like, anxiety and the frequency of excitement, like, it's two sides of the same coin, really. It's just like, whew, there it is. And it's like the same thing. So if you're feeling like a little anxious or feeling some fear, like, just remind yourself that you're actually feeling excitement. And don't just use this for this moment, but just in general in life. Like, it's you're feeling excitement. Your energy is moving through your body because you just got these downloads and you're looking at new possibilities. And there's so much more available to you now than there was before you watched this. And so I just want to, like, say that you're so supported and you're so held, and that your feelings are valid, and just lean into that excitement. And yeah, know that, like, we're here on the other side, like, as your supportive community, to catch you and to show you the way towards the life that you want to live.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, everyone. And a reminder, just throw next steps in the comment. Tag the person who invited you or reach out to them in Messenger. And we're here to love you into wholeness. That's our goal, right? Together. All right. Bye, everyone. Have a wonderful night. Thank you so much for joining us.